Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Just got back from the gym. And I want to talk about what I'm going to be doing to get users for Focal Point. So, this is always tricky. You build a product, and this has happened to me tons of times. So, this is an important lesson I've learned. If you have not built that many products, listen up. You build a product, you study computer science, you study programming, you go to your app academy or whatever you do. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to build an app. Then you spend a long time building an app and you release it and nobody shows up, right? That's happened with every single product that I've built for the most part, except for like one or two, which for some reason got lucky and got a lot of users right away. But Focal Point is not one of those. I launched it on beta list and that actually got some initial interest, but it wasn't a huge launch. Which was good. I wasn't actually looking for a huge launch as I discussed in my previous videos. Just a few users is enough to see how your product is working or is not working. So I've been iterating on that on the product for the last 6 weeks or so, and I'm ready to get my next batch of users. So what's my strategy going to be? And by the way, users have been trickling in, and I have been dabbling with ads on Reddit because they're super cheap. They're like $5. Just to kind of test the waters. I haven't been doing it too intensely. I've just posted a few ads. I'm not talking about posts on Reddit. I'm talking about actual advertisements, the promoted posts at the top, obviously. But from now on, I'm going to be relying less heavily on ads, although I will continue to experiment both on Reddit and on Facebook and on other mediums as well. And I'm going to focus more on content creation. Now, I really should have started a YouTube channel a long time ago, as I mentioned, not just for the sort of the meta aspect of building Focal Point, but also for the actual users and to attract users to the site. So what I'm going to do is create a separate YouTube channel just for productivity tips, because that is, I don't want to call it my passion. And in fact, I wouldn't say that. I know in a previous video I talked about how I love productivity. That's not entirely true. Like when I frame it in my own mind, I love focus. I love tools that bring you results, and that does not always have to do with productivity per se. It can do with creativity, the brainstorm game that I've integrated into Focal Point, or other sort of just things that have to do with psychology and things that you can do to really affect change in your life. So yeah, I love that kind of stuff, and I think prospective users of Focal Point are also interested in that. And as one commenter pointed out, productivity stuff is huge on the internet, so people love reading about that kind of stuff. So I hope they like watching about it too. Video is not perhaps my best medium. You can tell I'm not the most well-spoken person in the world. I stumble over my words. I just kind of, I'm a flawed human. What can I say? But I think I can do okay with video, and video is natural enough for me because I think. I don't know, it's just kind of fun. And the thing is, I want to start a blog as well, but blogging is going to take a lot more time. And I think when you blog, when you're writing words on a page, it's nice for people to read and you can get real takeaways from that. I've blogged in the past, I've read tons of blogs, I love blogs. But at the end of the day, there's an abstraction. I think what people want to do is connect with people when they're reading blogs. And there's that page that's in the way. When you have video, you just see the other person talking, and I think it's a lot more direct. I think it's a lot more what people really connect with. So, yeah, I'm just going to experiment with that. I mean, that's not a strong conviction. That's just something I'm throwing out there that I'm going to try out. That said, yeah, so I do want to do a blog as well, but I don't want to make it, if you make it perfect, it's just going to take way too much time. And that's actually my inclination, is to just, and I think most engineers and product creators and stuff, they want to make it really, really good. They want to make it function perfectly and make all the spacing just right, which is a huge liability, I think, for a lot of people, myself included. So I want to just make them shorter, kind of off the cuff, very honest. If you know James Altucher, his blog is great because you can tell it's him. His personality comes across really well. But I hesitate to, well, anyway, I'm going to elaborate on that topic of creating a blog in a future thing. But for now, I'm just going to say that my focus is going to be on product creation. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the YouTube video. It's not going to be on this channel because I think that could be kind of unprofessional to have like the really informal how I'm building Focal Point talk right next to the videos that are meant to actually recruit users. which I'll be posting on like Reddit and so forth. And I'm not going to be like sign up. You have to make it really subtle. I might not even mention the app at all in the Reddit post, and just have like a brief mention of it in the description on YouTube or something like that, so you can actually build a following over time. Because at the end of the day, to actually get people's attention, you have to be offering value. And if you're primarily trying to push your app, and not actually give people valuable information, that comes across. So I'm well aware of that, and I don't want to make that mistake. So yeah, content creation, just focusing on putting out the best information that I've learned about self-development and stuff like that, productivity, etc., is going to be my main focus. I don't have a huge amount of experience with this. This is just an experiment, and really that's kind of the more important aspect of my strategy here, is to just try different things. So right now I'm saying, okay, do a YouTube channel. That's going to be an experiment that I run. I'm also going to try other things that I haven't even thought of yet. Maybe some of you will have some advice for me, but yeah, just place as many small bets as you can until you find stuff that works. That said, I actually tried Facebook ads the other day, and the result, even though it's only been running for a few days and I've only spent like $5 on there, it's been positive. So I've gotten users from Facebook, and the actual cost per acquisition has been quite low. So yeah, going to learn more about copywriting. This is a huge topic, by the way. As an engineer, I think you go through several stages if you're interested in becoming an entrepreneur. First you're like, okay, let me learn the tech. Then you build the app and you realize no one's ever going to visit your app, right? You have 0 users. What are you going to do? You got to learn how to make your sell compelling. So if you look at the front page of Focal Point, you see that I emphasize that. What are the benefits? What are the things that are going to excite people? What are the things that excited me to actually make this for myself? Put that all in there, front and center. Don't talk about the features, talk about the benefits and so forth. So that's very important. Learning how to communicate effectively, which is exactly what that is. If you don't learn that, your product's going to go nowhere, unless it's some really obscure tech product that serves a very specific function for like some kind of really technical application. So learn copywriting. I'm by no means an expert at that. I read like half a book on copywriting, so I've got a long ways to go on that front. But everything related to that, marketing, become a marketer. So this is another thing I'm learning. I'm listening to books about marketing and just business development and stuff like that. Like the book, what's it called? Traction. They talk about 17 different ways that you can start getting users. So I actually haven't really started that book. I got the Kindle version. I want to get the Audible version just because I don't really like to sit there and read a lot of the time. Since I've discovered Audible, it's just so easy to go through books. And I find that, again, that removes a level of abstraction. You're connecting more with a human when you're listening to something. And I think that's just the way we're built to absorb information. At least I am. I don't know about you, but it's been great for me. So I want to get it on Audible. But there's a lot of resources that you can use to just get new ideas for experimentation. So that's kind of my main focus. Experiment, try a lot of things, focus on content creation. Not really at the, well, it will be at the expense of the product somewhat. So the product will have to take somewhat of a back seat. But again, I view this as going in stages, as I kind of alluded to in a previous video. Get more users, see how they're doing, then iterate on the product, then get more users again, and so forth. It's nice to sort of compartmentalize it in that way, at least for me. So there's less context switching going between day-to-day activities. And what else do I want to say on that? I guess that's about it. Yeah, so content creation. I'll post the link to the new channel or whatever when I create it. And that's it. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like this. Check out Focal Point, focal.pt if you're interested in the app I'm building. And have a nice day. Talk to you later.